In this video, we're going to talk about how to land a job in recession when it seems like all the big tech companies are letting people go left and right. I know it's a scary time to be doing job hunting, whether you're a fresh grad, unemployed, or simply looking for a change. But don't worry, you can still stand out from the crowd. Let's dive into some tips on how to make that happen. Alright, so the first tip is obvious. Make sure your resume is up to date and it highlights all of your latest skills and accomplishments. If you do not have any experience or if you lack experience, don't worry, you can add sample projects that you have worked on or the online courses you have taken to show off your commitment towards learning and development. Just one tip here, make sure to keep your resume small and concise, ideally around 2 pages maximum, because hardly anyone goes ahead and looks past those first 2 pages of the resume. Alright, so moving on to our next tip, target relevant jobs. So don't just go around and apply to any job that comes your way. Be intentional and target jobs that match your skill set and interest. But that being said, don't be afraid to take a risk and apply for jobs even if you don't match 100% of the job requirements. Ideally, I go for around 60 to 70% of the job requirement. If I meet that, I go ahead and apply on that job. Just remember, most of the learning takes place in the job, so you don't have to worry about knowing everything that's listed in the job requirements. Alright, now that you have updated your resume and you have targeted the relevant jobs, the next thing you need to do before applying for a job is to customize your resume once again. I know it's painful to go ahead and customize your resume again since you have just updated the resume, but this is really important to do to make sure you tailor your resume to fit the job description. The reason this is necessary is because when you use the keywords that's in the job listing, it helps the resume screening tool to go ahead and pick up your resume. If you do not do that, it doesn't matter how much experience you have, if you do not list out the experience that's needed for that particular job, your resume will not get picked up. Also, just don't go ahead and simply copy paste that keyword. Make sure you explain how you have used that particular technology and tool and highlight your skills and experience accordingly. So once you've customized your resume and you have applied for a job, don't just stick with one single job portal. Instead, look for different channels where you can go ahead and apply for that particular job. So you can look for job openings in different kind of portals such as LinkedIn, Indeed, and in fact some of your local job listings as well. And one of the best ways that you can get a job is through a referral or a connection. Now this one is easier said than done. If you don't have a referral or connection, one of the things that I personally like to do is reaching out to the recruiters or the hiring managers that have posted the job. And you can make a pitch for yourself to say why you're the best candidate. So you can go ahead and create some kind of custom script and explain why you are going to be a best fit for that particular job. Also, don't be afraid to reach out to the employees that work in that organization to ask for a referral. Even if you don't get a referral, you can still learn a little bit more about how that role works or how that company works in general. Alright, so the next tip is one of my favorite, and that is having an online portfolio. So having an online portfolio is a great way to showcase your work as well as demonstrate your abilities. As a hiring manager, it shows that you have the passion as well as commitment to the field. And there are many ways you can go ahead and build an online portfolio. The easiest is by creating a website. You can even create, let's say, a GitHub profile. If you're interested in writing blogs, you can even do that, let's say, on Medium or similar platforms as well. So overall, having a portfolio is a great way to stand out from other candidates that simply apply with a regular resume. Now let's say you have been applying for jobs and not really making much progress. What you can instead do is try to get a job as a freelancer. So freelancing can be a great way to get your foot in the door and get that experience that you're looking for. So there are many freelancing websites where you can look for job opportunities such as Upwork or freelancer.com, or simply just search for freelancing work online. So in the beginning, even if you have to take on low paying jobs just to get that particular gig, it's totally normal. In fact, personally, I have taken on jobs for free just so I can get that experience and I can add it to the resume. So it's totally normal to take on a low paying job, but once you have enough experience, you can increase your rate accordingly. And finally, the most important tip is to keep learning. So it's important for you to keep learning and improving your skill set so that you're always ready for new job opportunities when they arise. In fact, when you do not have a job, that's the perfect time for you to keep learning new skills because you have all the time in your hand. At the same time, continuous learning also shows to your employer that you are committed to personal as well as your professional growth. Alright, so I hope some of these tips will help you in getting your next interview. If you're interested in getting tips and tricks on how to pass QA or test automation interview, let me know in the comments below. That's all for now, guys. Good luck with the job hunting. I will see you all in the next one.